Hello, good afternoon, greetings. I am Rod the Educator, and I am the CEO of CeeRod Travels, along with my wife Cecilia. She's the C, I'm the Rod. Her name goes before mine because everything that she does goes before me. So you have CeeRod, and we are proud owners of CeeRod Travel Agency here. So what I wanted to do today, I wanted to spend this Sunday, the Cinco de Mayo, happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody out there. I want to talk about cruise planning 101. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to provide you some tips and some tricks to the trade to planning for your cruise, whether you have been on a cruise before or you have not. So before I continue, let's set the scenario. You are planning a cruise. You are trying to figure out if it's going to be 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, or 2 weeks. You've never been on a cruise before, and you're trying to figure out, oh my goodness, what do I need to do? What do I need to pack? Who do I need to call? Who do I need to talk to? We help you to solve some of these problems today. And if you've been on a cruise before, I'm here to solve, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I want to plan another one, but the money isn't right. So I'm going to give you some tips today to make sure that your budget is right for your cruise. Now, before we continue, I am giving away 30 cruise trip vouchers. No strings attached. All I want you to do is, if you're interested in receiving one, type in hashtag cruise. Again, that is hashtag cruise, and I will happily send you one over and all the information that you need to know. But I am giving away, if you're watching this on a replay, I want you to type in hashtag replay. If you're watching live, I want you to type in hashtag live. And if you're interested in one of my cruise vouchers that I'm giving away, I want you to type in hashtag cruise. And I will contact you in Messenger and ask you for your email address, and I will send you all the information that you need. So let's get into this thing, shall we? Let's talk about cruise planning 101. There are some of the best ways to go about planning for your cruise. So I'm getting ready to talk about these. And you think, oh man, do I really need to plan for a cruise? Yes, it's a lot of work to plan for a cruise. And you got to make sure you have all your ducks in a row, all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. So the first thing that I'm going to say is make sure you plan your budget, right? So right now, your money might be tight. So what you should do is figure out how many people are going on a cruise with you. Go ahead and get with a travel agent, like myself. Or you can look on the cruise webline, on the cruise sites for yourself to see what the rates are, so that you can figure out how much you need to save. So if you're on live right now, if you're watching me, please make sure you type in hello or something in the comments. I'll definitely get back with you just to say thank you for tuning in today. So plan your budget. So if you have a $2,000 budget or a $3,000 budget, if it's you and a household of 4, get all that information squared away. Now, most cruise lines, I'll tell you right now, most cruise lines allow you to pay on a plan. So you do have a payment plan, but your cruise just has to be paid off 2 months before you sail. So as long as your trip is planned and paid for 2 months before your sail, you should be okay. So first tip is to make sure you plan a budget, right? You don't want to go on a cruise and not have a budget, because things cost. Everything costs once you get on that cruise ship. So figure out where you want to go. Talking about like your location. If you are a person that likes the cold weather, then Alaska is for you. If you are a person that likes warm weather, you have the Gulf Coast, you have the Caribbean, you have Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, all the islands, the Barbados, the Virgin Islands, the Bahamas, the Bermuda Triangle. If you're a warm weather person, that's your area. If you're a cold weather person, Alaska is your area. And Alaskan cruises are very expensive. Like they've come up because they used to be cheap. They used to be because people were not going on Alaskan cruises like that. But now that the demand is so high, the prices are inevitable. Like they're going high. So we have several cruise lines here. So you got Carnival. Now Carnival is the most kid friendly cruise ship. So if you have children and you're looking from ages 5 to 17, if you take them on a cruise and you're looking for things to do for kids, Carnival and Royal Caribbean are your two best ships because they have activities for children. So you have Carnival, you have Royal Caribbean, you have Norwegian, that's another ship. You have Princess. So my wife and I, we went on the Princess ship, and it was mostly adults. There were hardly any kids on that ship, but the Princess ship was very beautiful, and we went to that cruise. We went to that cruise on our honeymoon. But now Princess is not even in the U.S. right now. Princess is across the pond. So Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Princess, Disney cruises. Disney cruises are expensive, but whenever you get your money right and you want to go on a good experience, Disney cruises are also good. Also, MSC is another cruise ship that is out there, but they're on the up and up. They're coming up. But if you have children and you want children to have fun and you want to have your time as parents or whatever, Carnival and Royal Caribbean are your best two choices. Let me stop for a moment. If you just tuned in, welcome aboard. I want you to type in hello in the comments. Let me know you're here. Also, I am doing a cruise voucher giveaway. No strings attached. All you got to do is type in #cruise in the comments, and I will get with you and I will email you that voucher along with the information that you need. Also, if you're watching this on a replay, I want you to type in #replay. If you're watching this live, I want you to type in #live. And before I continue, shameless plug. Are you looking for a way to make up to 8 streams of income? If this is something that you love to do, if you're passionate about travel, if you're passionate about helping people, I am looking for some travel professionals to join my team. I look forward to speaking with you if that's the case. Shameless plug is over. So, once again, we got Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Princess, MSC, Disney, and we also have Virgin. Now, Virgin, Christian Iverson, I see your comment, brother. How you doing, man? Virgin is a cruise. Is not a cruise ship, really. It's a big yacht. But in order for you to go on Virgin, you have to be 18 years or older. So there are no children on that cruise ship. And whatever packages you would like, my wife and I, we always set up packages. So Christian, to answer your question, if you're interested in 2 adults, we set up those packages for you. And we love to set up cruise packages. So all you got to do is get with me, and you'll let me know when you want to go, and we'll set it up for you. It's that simple. And so you have all these cruise ships. Figure out where you want to go. That's the second piece of advice. If you want to go to the Caribbean, you're a warm weather person. If you want to go to Alaska, if you're a cold weather person, if you want to go overseas, they have cruise ships in the Mediterranean. They have cruises in Iceland. They have cruises in Greenland. They have cruises all over. So all you have to do is just figure out where you want to go. But if you're trying to go overseas, the most expensive thing is going to be your flight. So you just pay that in mind. If you're trying to go overseas, the most expensive thing, along with the cruise, may be your flight. Also, most of these cruise lines, if you can't pay everything at one time, they have payment plans. So you can pay for your cruise up until 2 months before you travel. So it's important that your cruise is paid off before you travel. And most cruise lines will work with you on a payment plan. You pay a deposit, and then you can pay on it monthly, every 2 weeks, however you feel, up until 2 months before it's time to cruise. So I do know that we have people that operate in the last minute. Man, if you're one of those people, or if you know somebody who types in, who operates at the last minute, type in last minute for me. I just know that there are some people out there who always operate at the last minute. So what I mean when I say last minute is, it's now May, and you want to take a cruise in July. So that is 2 months away, less than 2 months away now. So you have to make sure you have all your money up front, pay everything up front. But if you want to take a trip in, say, November or December, then you have up until September or October to make sure that it's paid. So you pay a deposit, and then you pay whatever it is that you're going to pay for it, right? Up until 2 months before it's time to cruise. And before I continue, I want to talk about passports. So, if you have a passport, good. If you have a passport book, even better. My sister had a passport card and could not go to Jamaica with the passport card. So Jamaica does not take the passport cards. So you have to have your passport book. She could not take her trip because she didn't have the passport book. So don't get caught up in the trip in the thing where you don't have your passport book. Get the book. And right now it is May. People are trying to travel. So normally it takes 7 to 9 weeks in order to have your passports back, unless you expedite. But I think right now, in this time, passport requests are at an all-time high simply because people want to travel again. So if you don't have your passport, better go ahead and put in for it. The only cruise ship that I know that you don't need a passport for is Carnival. Carnival accepts your birth certificate and social security card as forms of identification. So you don't need a passport to get on Carnival, and you really don't need a passport to get on a cruise ship, if I'm being honest. Now, some cruise ships are different, so you just have to make sure that if we're planning your trips for you, that you go ahead and let us know to check into the passport situation, and we'll do it, right? So far, I said make sure you plan your budget, figure out where you want to go and your dates and your locations, right? And then I said, make sure you pay on your payment plans. Now, most cruise lines are going to ask you for gratuities. So what are gratuities? Gratuities are tips, basically, that you're going to pay the people that clean your room. So you can pay these tips in 2 ways. Number one, you can pay it up front along with your trip. And that's my best advice. Pay for those gratuities up front, so that way you're not having to pay for it in the end. So make sure you pay your gratuities up front. Now, I'm going to talk about some luggage tips. So, luggage tips. This is Cruise Planning 101. If you've never been on a cruise, if you've been on a cruise, this is good tips and good advice for you too. Remember, if you're watching this live right now, I want you to type in #live. If you're watching this on a replay, I want you to type in #replay. And I am giving away 30 cruise vouchers. So if you want a cruise voucher, they're free of charge. I give them for free. Type in #cruise, and I will be happy to give you a cruise voucher. Now, back to our tips here. Your luggage. Let's talk about your luggage right quick. Now, if you're going to drive down to your port, whether it's in Florida, Texas, Louisiana, California, if you're going to drive to your port, only thing I say is just make sure your bag is heavy enough to where you can roll it uphill, downhill, sideways. Make sure your suitcase is heavy enough for you, because those things can get overwhelming. You have all that stuff in your hand. Also, let's talk about some things that you should pack, right? So in your suitcase, now, of course, if you're going to the Caribbean, right, you want to have some bathing suits or swimsuits or outfits to swim in. So that's number one, right? Number two, you might want to pack some clothing. If it's too hot, in the Caribbean, it's going to be 80, 90 degrees. Make sure you pack some loose clothing, right? Because you don't want to sweat too much, and you don't want to, because you're going to be doing a lot of walking. So you don't want to sweat too much and, sweat out of some good clothes, right? You're on a vacation. Also, most of these cruise lines have formal dinner nights. So you want to make sure that you choose 2 outfits that you're going to wear to your formal night, right? A lot of people be looking really good on formal night. So just make sure you dress to impress at formal night. Also, I say make sure you pack the essentials. Make sure you have your deodorant, your toothpaste, your toothbrush, all the essentials that you're going to need while you're on this trip. Because if you don't, I'm going to tell you right now, they sell these things on the cruise ship, but I'm going to tell you, they charge so much. I'm telling you, they charge so much for little bitty things of toothpaste. These little bitty things of toothpaste, they're going to cost you $10 to $15, and you can get them at a dollar store, right? So make sure you pack the essentials, right? Also, I'm going to say some things not to pack. So remember, a few days ago, I had a conversation about 20 items that you should not have in your suitcase because TSA at the airport. Now, you are going to make sure that you don't have the same items in your suitcase because the cruise line also checks your bag and will make you throw things away. So, sharp objects, bottles of water in it, like your flasks with water in it, they make you pour that stuff out. So I'm just giving you a piece of information, letting you know to make sure that you don't pack any of the things that you shouldn't have because they're going to turn you right around. Now, medications. Now, if you've never been on a cruise ship before, this is for you. If you've never been on a cruise ship before, you will get motion sick. I'm telling you right now, it is going to happen. You will get motion sick. I'm telling you. So the best advice that I can give is to make sure that you pack some Dramamine. Now, if you're not a fan of pills, they also have the Dramamine bracelets, right? So they have the bracelets with the little ball that you put right here on your wrist, and it's a bracelet. And it works. I remember the first cruise I went on was when we got married. And so I think we both spent like the first night in the bed because the boat was just rocking. The boat was rocking like this. And I tell you right now, that ride on the first day is not for the faint at heart. I'm telling you right now. So you can pack some Dramamine or any other medication that you have that will combat motion sickness. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, and my wife will tell you this. I always request the drive when we go places because I can't sit in the passenger seat. I get motion sick. I'm telling you. And then the very last cruise that we went on, it was rocking so much that I spent a lot of time in the bed because I just could not deal with the rocking. I'm telling you. So, talking about medications and things that you should pack. All right? So, this is good. This is good information. So, once again, if you want me and Cecilia to plan your next trip for your next cruise, please get at us. We'll be happy to do it for you. We do charge a $25 research fee just because of the time that it takes to plan your trip. But we would love to definitely plan your trip for you. Also, if you're watching this on video on live, type in #live. If you're watching this video on replay, type in #replay. And I am giving away 30 cruise vouchers. So all I want you to do is type in #cruise if you would like one of those vouchers. Now, also, let's talk about luggage weight. Now, like I said, you want to make sure that you pack enough stuff to where you are comfortable and that it's not too heavy for you, right? Got to make sure it's not too heavy for you. You can also, they discourage you from bringing alcohol on the cruise ship simply because the cruise ship is chock full of alcohol. So, and they will check. So if you're one of those people, and I actually saw this, and I knew they weren't going to get away with it, but I thought it was just cool to watch them try it. So let's talk about this thing for a minute. Water bottles like this, right? A 16.9 ounce water bottle. I don't own the rights to this water bottle, by the way. So I saw some people pouring in vodka into these water bottles. They were breaking the seals and they were pouring vodka into these water bottles. Now, when I tell you that they didn't get away with it, the first thing that the cruise line will check for if you're bringing in water bottles is the seal. Like this one. See the seal? You see it? It's broken, right? If they see that the seal is broken, they're not going to allow you to take those water bottles on. They got to be fresh in the pack and the seal must not be broken. Also, you can bring cases of water and cases of soda because the drinks can be expensive. Now, if you didn't buy the drink package, now I'll tell you, Carnival forces you, everybody in the room, if you're going to buy it, if one person buys the drink package, the other person has to buy it too. So just be aware. So we brought our own drinks. We brought cases of soda and case of water, right? And so I drink diet soda. And so I was, I had some diet soda, and then water and the tea and the lemonade are all free. Now let me tell you right now, that water, tea, and lemonade, not good. The tea wasn't good. It was watered down. The lemonade was watered down, and the water was just watering, right? It was not watering. That's what we say, right? So you can bring your own drinks. You can bring your own water. But please, for Christ's sake, don't try to sneak on the cruise ship with a case of water bottle with a broken seal, because they will call you on it. Like I said, I saw those people trying their best to pour vodka into these water bottles, and they wasted a whole lot of vodka because they could not take that stuff with them. I'm telling you, that is truth. So now, next thing, if you're a dialysis patient, or if you're watching this video and you do dialysis at home, you can bring your dialysis supplies on the cruise ship. So my wife is a dialysis patient, and so she brings her dialysis stuff with her when we go on the cruise, right? And so we'll call the company to ship the supplies, but we just bring the machine and some supplies from home that we need. But they send everything else. And also, if you're a dialysis patient and you go in center, they have a cruise ship. It's called Dialysis at Sea. And they go on several sailings throughout the year. And so if you want more information about Dialysis at Sea, message me and I'll give you their phone number. All you got to do is just call them. And when you call them, you just let them know that you want to take a Dialysis at Sea cruise. I think the next cruise sails out in November. So if you're a dialysis patient and you're looking for a way to go on a cruise, it's going to be a little costly, but Dialysis at Sea is the name of the ship, and it's a Royal Caribbean ship. Let me stop for a moment. So if you're watching right now, if you're watching live, type in #live. If you're watching replay, type in #replay. And I am giving away 30 cruise vouchers. And if you want one, just type in #cruise, and I will get with you after this presentation, so that way you can get it. And also, if you're looking for looking for a way part-time to make up to 8 different streams of income, I'm looking for some travel professionals to join my team. Please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to give you the information that you need for that. Now, talking about more cruise tips. When you first plan and first book your cruise, you're going to need to plan your dinner time. So dinner time can be at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 7 o'clock, or you can do a late dinner. That's your choice, and that's up to you. So when you're planning your cruise and you're paying for your cruise, you can plan your dinner times right then and there. Along with planning your dinner times, you can also plan excursions. Now, excursions are fun. Excursions, they cost, but they're fun. So one of the excursions that I always try to do when I go on a cruise is a tour of the city. Now, there are a lot of folks that make money off of tourism, and so when it comes time to go to port, then I love to go and see the city. That's just me. There are some people who like to snorkel. There are some people who snorkel with the stingrays. There are some people who go on the catamaran. There are some people who, this is for the Caribbean, of course, but if you're in Alaska, you can go salmon fishing. You can, if you're a swimmer, you can definitely swim with the salmon if you want to, right? But just check out those excursions, because the excursions are fun. If you're a person that likes to go out, of course you can go out, have fun, and every cruise line has their own private island. So what that means is you can go So on their private island, you can get off the ship or not, but they have cookout food. They have it's a beach, so more than likely you're going to see some cookout food. You're going to see some grilled food, seafood, and it's just a good time to get off the ship, right? So every cruise line has their own private island, and they will go to that private island while they're on the voyage. Also, if you're a person that likes to buy alcohol everywhere you go, no problem with that. That's great. But what I will say to you is if you buy alcohol on the port, you bring it back, but you have to check it in. Like, you can't take it with you to your room. It's duty free, but duty free just means there's no extra tax on it when you come back to the States, and that it's allowed, right? But you can't get your alcohol that you buy until the last day, until it's time. Well, they actually bring it to your room the night before they get back to the main port. But you cannot have any alcohol in your room unless you order it from room service. So, yeah. So that's a tip for you. If you're going to buy alcohol, make sure that you buy it and then you got to check it in. I'm almost done. So now, this is Cruise Planning 101. Just some tips that you can use when it's time for you to plan your cruise. And let me start one more time. This will be my last plug. If you're watching this live right now, type in hashtag live for me. If you're watching this on a replay, type in hashtag replay. If you're interested in a cruise voucher, I'm giving them away for free. Type in hashtag cruise, and I will send you that in the email along with the information that you need for it. And also, if you are interested in finding another way to part-time to make up to 8 streams of income, I want you to plug in with me. I'm looking for some travel professionals to join my team. All you got to do is just get at me, and I'll be happy to give you the information that you need. So, turning the corner, last part. Let's talk about the food. Oh, man, let's talk about the food. So, all you can eat buffets, Italian restaurants, and I think there's a Chinese restaurant on one of them. And then there are burger joints. Guy Fieri has a burger joint on the Carnival Cruise Lines. And I think there is, I think Shaq has a burger joint on the Royal Caribbeans. And those burgers are good too, I am telling you. So, all you can eat food. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you're the kind of person that doesn't eat a lot or are on a diet or a different way of life in terms of eating, they do have accommodations for you. But what I will say to you is most of the time people's diets go out the window when they go on the cruise ship. Actually, mine didn't. Like, I think I stuck with mine pretty good. But when you go on the cruise ship, you just have to have the discipline, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of food on that cruise ship. So you want to make sure that you're eating the way that you normally eat. If you're a vegan, you have to ask them for vegan items. They do have them. They do label their items, so they do have gluten-free and vegan and vegetarian. You just have to make sure that you read the labels properly, right? I also say that's all you can eat: ice cream, burgers, and fries, and pizza all day, right? So if you're on a Carnival ship, like we've been on mostly Carnival ships. Now, I see the kids all the time. The kids staying out late until 1 and 2 in the morning, and all they're doing is going around and eating. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. Now, last minute tips for you as we close out this session. Make sure that you tip your baggage carrier. So we're going to tip them more than just $1, folks. You know what I'm saying? These people work really hard to make sure that your trip experience is the best. So just make sure you tip them more than $1. Also, if you are going on this cruise trip, wherever you're going, and you're single, just know that there are going to be a lot of opportunities to mingle, right? Because you have groups on Facebook that talk about singles cruising and things like that. Also, if you're a married couple, stay a married couple, please. Don't go on the cruise line and start flirting with and talking with other women and all that stuff and other men and whatever you're with. Just make sure you stay with your spouse, right? Because honestly, the temptation is there for some people. It wasn't there for me, but it's there for some people, right? And also, my last tip, and I'm not going to tell you what it means on here, but if you know what it means, you know what I'm talking about. But if you go on cruise ships and you see that upside down pineapple on somebody's door, make sure you watch out for them, okay? If you don't know what an upside down pineapple means, I encourage you to look it up. And if you do know what it means, make sure you stay away from those upside down pineapples, unless that's your lifestyle. So, once again, last time, if you're watching this live, type in hashtag live. If you're watching this on replay, type in hashtag replay. Hopefully this is some good information for you today. I'm also giving away 30 cruise vouchers. So if you want a cruise voucher, type in hashtag cruise, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay. Also, if you're looking for a way to make up to 8 streams of income and you're looking to another opportunity, please make sure you get at me and I will tell you everything you need to know about this opportunity to see if this is the opportunity for you. Again, my name is Rod the Educator. It has been a pleasure educating you today on Cruise Planning 101. Follow our page on Facebook, Follow Your Dreams and Travel. That's our page. So if you're a dreamer and you're watching this, we call all of our people that are following on that page, we call them dreamers. So all of my dreamers that are watching this, thank you very much. We appreciate you subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much. And this is Rod Laws, a.k.a. Rod the Educator, the CEO of CeeRod Travels, along with my wife, Cecilia. Like I said, if you want us to plan your vacation for you, we charge a $25 research fee, but we would love to do it for you. Get at us and let us know what we can do to support you. This is Rod Laws encouraging you to follow your dreams and travel. Follow us on Facebook on the Follow Your Dreams and Travel. Follow us on TikTok on CeeRod Travels. And we look forward to seeing you on the other side. Peace.